Okay guys, hello, magandang umaga, magandang gabi, magandang hapon. Ang oras nyo napapanood ng video na to, maraming salamat for tuning in. Welcome to my channel Blessing. And ito yung aking patawaging, yung pagre-read natin ng The Genius of the Poor. Yung ating journey, we call it reflection. So nandito tayo sa reflection at 4. So introduction tayo, okay? So tapos ko lang tuloy mag-jogging. Gusto niyo view ko kayo dito? Nasa rooftop ako. Ayan, 360 tour view. Tour ko kayo. Ayan. Nakita niyo. Puro building dito. Yan. Yan. Di ba? Alright. Pagod ako. Alright. So, yan. Start na tayo. Okay? So, introduction. So, kicking a football around as a teenager in the streets of Southeast London, my heroes in 1990s Britain were the soccer stars of that era whose posters would adorn my bedroom wall. Si Tom ang of course, susulat nito. At night, my father would show me the war medals of my great uncle who was killed after the D-Day landing in Normandy during the World War II. Alright? So, as remarkable as their exploits were, those heroes existed in another world, disconnected from my own ordinary life. So the possibility of actually meeting one of them never entered in my head, as per Tom. So waking up today in the Philippines, I know I can brush shoulders with living heroes on a daily basis. Many of them have emerged from extreme poverty where scavenging, drug dealing is a means of survival or endemic. With the help of countless volunteers who have stood by them, they have transformed situation of destitution and despair into over 2,500 beautiful Gawad Kalinga communities of collaboration and hope. Dami yan, right? 2,500 communities. So, some I am privileged to call friends. If I am ever in need of inspiration to lead a more compassionate, purpose-driven life, I no longer need to head to the self-help section of a local bookstore. Instead, I can call on Benji, a former street child and scavenger, who showed remarkable courage and initiative to turn his own fortunes around. He has since devoted much of his time to working with the typhoon survivors and other troubled communities. His efforts and example have helped to restore hope to those he considered to be less fortunate than he is. A fuller account of Benji's story appears in chapter 3 of this book. So, yung story ni Benji nasa chapter 3 of this book, kung saan isa sa mga friend nito during his journey. Arriving in LA, magdating niya raw ng Los Angeles for a GK Hope Summit in March 2016, I gained the distinct impression that the American people were looking for a new breed of hero, a new approach to fixing the broken system. Of course, the Philippines, when its massive inequality may seem at first glance to be far more broken. So they are, parang ano to is, they are looking for a solution from a much more broken parang society, parang ganun. So, which is far more broken than the most advanced nation on earth. However, the international gathering of social entrepreneurs and the GK advocates I joined were there not to learn from a troubled Western capitalist model, but to share a remarkable story of hope in which a country is being changed through myriad instances of partnership and kindness. So partnership and kindness, that's the equation, or I mean that's the formula. So this is not just a fanciful dream. In the Philippines, we have discovered an audacious vision that is actually being realized. The challenge of ending poverty by 2024 remains an immense one, and yet over 1 million volunteers have already given up their time and offer their talents because they want to involve in exciting development program that really works, the GK model. So their number have been added people from around the world who have discovered and as realizing their dreams for a fairer world. So the story of them, Dailan and Fabian, will be featured in the latter chapter of this book. As per Tom, it was in a hotel room a short drive from a Hope Summit venue in Beverly Hills that Dailan, a Brit, who have made a fortune through his startup video games business. Okay, so he realized how unhappy his incessant pursuit of material gain had made him. Sorry. After selling his business in UK, so Dailan visited some GK villages in the Philippines and soon became so inspired by the GK mission that he spent the majority of his asset to fund the building of several hundreds of homes for the homeless in a number of communities across the Philippines. So he later found more sustainable balance between pursuing his humanitarian ideals and needing to earn a living by setting up a social enterprise with his human nature, which is in less than a decade has emerged as the Philippines' leading brand of natural, locally sourced and processed healthcare products. So, I guess we'll just end up there. Tomorrow na yung part ng the rest. Oh, ay, tuloy na natin. 5 minutes pa lang naman. Konti na lang. With partnership in place between GK and over 30 universities across the Europe, more and more students are beginning to see the Philippines as a viable destination to discover their purpose and passion as a social entrepreneur. Fabian, so si Fabian as mentioned, a young French graduate quit his master's course in entrepreneurship to set up a toy business at the Enchanted Farm, which has become the GK hub for developing a social enterprise. Right? Exercise lang one time. Bend lang. So while most of his peers were seeking jobs in a mainstream economy back home, Fabian was building a startup business alongside with the unemployed mothers of a local community. Particularly warm as his comments about Tita Fe, the GK resident who gave him a place to stay and become partner in his business. So, see, Fabian, Tita Fe was a partner of Fabian in the business. So, saan ako? Yeah. Once she could finally afford to own the fridge, wala siyang fridge. So, it meant, once she could finally own a fridge. So, before, wala siyang fridge. So, nagkaroon na siya ng fridge dahil sa kanilang pagsasama o sa negosyo nila. It meant I could drink cold water whenever I like. So it was good to her that it was good to hear. Ano ba yan? Di practice, sorry. So it was good for her and good for me as per Fabian's company. So Fabian's company, Flash and Play, already gives jobs to 50 mothers from the surrounding communities and has become the first Filipino toy company to sell its product in a mainstream toy stores. So Fe, meanwhile, has bought his very first car. Nakakatuwa, no? Right? Yung effort nila. So from the wealthy Malaysian entrepreneur mentoring scholars at the Enchanted Farm to the MBA student who is forging his career as an organic chicken farmer, many more outliers have been inspired with the GK vision in a brief time since I finished writing this book. So I think this is another wealthy Malaysian. Writing in more personal capacity, I unexpectedly have found my purpose in life in the Philippines. First, as a storyteller of a little miracle of a transformation I witnessed throughout the country, and then a social entrepreneur setting up MAD, or Make a Difference, as a travel agency na create ni Tom. If the stories in this book stir some curiosity inside you, then why not pay a visit to the Philippines and find out yourself. 2,500 villages weren't built on inspiring ideas alone, but on the power of being present, in which East and West, the haves and the have-nots, come together to build a kinder, better world all of us yearn for. In the Filipino spirit of bayanihan can bring rich and poor of all religious and ethnic backgrounds to collaborate together, then surely there is hope for this world. Wow, napaka-striking nung ano. So I guess the reflection for me is the last maaraw na kasi kanina nakakunta akin. The reflection for me is this last part, no? Yung tawag dito, being present, in a power of being present. So in which East and West and those who have and have nots come together to build a kinder, better world for us here, that yung ating hinahangad nga. So yung bayanihan talaga. So bayanihan can bring the rich and the poor of all the religious and ethnic backgrounds, regardless of your background, to collaborate together, and kakaroon tayo ng isang magandang kapaligiran, isang magandang mundo. Ang sarap nun, di ba? Walang mataas o walang mababa. It has just like everybody is like human being that live together in happiness and collaboration. So ang sarap tingnan. Pag napunta kayo doon sa GK Village or sa GK Enchanted Farm, makikita mo talaga yung ibang lahi, di ba? Just like mingling with each other sa mga taga doon at sa mga locals doon. And it's a good view. It's a sarap tingnan. So guys, we need a collaboration, no? Lahat tayo. We have our own part to really make a difference para sa paligiran natin. Of course, everything will start from ourselves. Lahat naman eh. Hindi mo pwedeng baguhin ang isang bagay hanggang hindi ka nagbabago for a better. Change for a better, not for worse. So yun. Ay, sorry. Malsik yung laway ko. Maraming salamat for tuning in. Please share this video kung sino man yung tingin nyo na gusto ng ganitong activity. And like my page as well. Channel Blessing and YouTube channel ko. Kailangan ko ng subscriber dun. Wala pa ko yata subscriber. Anyway, maraming salamat. Thank you. Rachel guys, at 7:30 na I have to go back at mag-prepare para sa pagpasok sa office. Thank you. God bless and yeah. Accept the blessing and be a channel of blessing for other people. Bye-bye. Thank you.